Welcome to How Hard Can It Be, where we're bringing experts in different fields to learn about what it takes to do what they do. I am your host, Carlos Guerrero, and today we have Catalina Londoño here with us from Salud y Balance. She's a nutrition coach with over 10 years of experience guiding thousands of women to take control of their health through nutrition and lifestyle strategies. Catalina is here today to talk to us about how hard can it be to change your eating habits. Welcome, Catalina. How are you? Tell us a little about yourself. How did you start this business in helping women through nutrition?
Always starts from a personal experience. So that personal experience actually started about 12 years ago when I had to take 2 courses of antibiotics that messed up my gut microbiome and my skin. So I started to look for answers, to put lots of creams on, go to the dermatologist, try to, look for medical help, but nothing worked. So I ended up doing my own investigations and changed the way I ate and changed my lifestyle habits, and I got better.
Wow.
So I thought to myself, wow, people need to know that they have tools to heal themselves and that food is one of the main ones.
I love that. So you were sick or something and then...
Or a cold, like for some kind of cold with infection.
And then your skin started messing up and then you're like, you know what, I need to do something because nobody's helping me. And then you started eating healthy, you started eating the right food and then boof.
Yes, I cleaned up my diet. So the first thing I did was I implemented what is called an elimination diet.
Okay.
And then that helped me a lot. Then I also went vegan for a while. It was just an exploratory phase. And then I went back to eating all kinds of foods, but started with elimination diet in which you don't eat gluten, dairy, soy, corn, and other things as well. And actually, since those are one of the pro-inflammatory foods, then it helps your inflammation go down and your digestive system recover.
Okay, so now on the topic, because you already went through it, you know it works. How hard was it to basically change your nutrition when you first started? Because people have different reasons of changing their diets or changing their nutrition. And your reason was because you had a problem with the skin or...
Yeah.
So tell us more. How hard was it to make that adjustment?
I think it was harder to be sick or to have these imbalances in my body. So at that moment, it wasn't that difficult because I was already in pain.
Yes.
So I think what happens to most of us is we wait until we have some kind of pain in order to make the changes. But what I like to teach and preach is that we should be living in a preventive kind of way.
I love
So the real cure for our diseases is prevention.
I love that. So one of the biggest things that has helped me in business and stuff that I do is finding my why. Why do I wake up to go to the gym? Why do I eat healthy? For you, your why back then was because you were in pain. So I guess through your program, of course, we're going to talk more about that. Is like, maybe that's the first step. Like, why do people want to lose weight? Or why do people want to eat right? Or why do people want to look better? So that's very powerful. I love that. So you had this issue. You started nutrition. You saw the results because the doctors, all the medicine wasn't helping you. You basically found your own cure, it's amazing. And then from there, you're like, you know what? I need to help other people. Now, how did that happen?
Okay, so you start sharing your story. I also got the certification from Integrative Nutrition School. And I started sharing my story, and friends knew about it and they told friends. And it basically started just from word of mouth and helping friends that needed it, because a lot of people need guidance in these types of self-care
Absolutely.
Issues.
Yes.
We see sick people everywhere, be it suffering from migraines or from pains in their body or not being able to lose weight or autoimmune diseases. And all of these things, most of these things, they're curable through lifestyle changes. Wow. Of course, there can come a point where medical intervention is necessary, but I think those medical interventions should always go hand in hand with lifestyle changes so that you can minimize the times in which you have to take medicine.
I love that. Like, I am so against medicine. Like, till today, there's day I had a fever, and my cure was I need to go run and burn my fever out. That was my cure. Okay. Because I hate medicine. I don't like medicine. But like you said, like if you could do something before to prevent all the stuff by nutrition, hey, that's a win-win. Another thing that you said too is, I'm like, you know what? I need to send my wife to you. Is the migraines. Like, people get migraines all the time, and if by nutrition, not only you like fixing migraines, but at the same time, you're like probably taking care of all this other stuff that you don't even know about that is going to happen in the near future.
A cascade. So one of the most common things are migraines or just a lot of headaches, digestion issues. So common. Allergies, just like skin allergies, skin eczema, things on the skin. All of that has to do with the nutrition, with the nutrients, with the microbiome, which needs to be healthy. Because, our gut bacteria control so many things, even mental health, even how we lose weight. So it's very important to eating healthy takes care of so many things that we don't even know and we don't even need to know, but just know that you're doing the right thing by eating the correct foods, good quality foods, enough vegetables. Well, we'll talk about this, I'm sure, a little bit later. But that takes care of so many things.
And prevents from future things.
Exactly. The point is having a lifestyle, including nutrition, that takes care of our good gene expression.
Now that you have been able to help thousands of people, like when you first started, obviously it wasn't thousands of people, it was a few friends and stuff. Now, I'm sure you went through a process through some people. And how hard was it to make people buy to that? Because if somebody wants to change their eating habits and they don't have a why, like a big enough why, they're not going to want to do it. No, I'm fine, I feel great, I eat whatever I want, I'm okay, I go McDonald's, I eat French fries, and I'm fine. How hard has it been to convince people that, listen, I understand that you're not there yet, but if you don't do this, how hard has that been?
Well, I think in general, people need to be prepared. Like I could go and preach this to somebody that's not ready for hours, and until they're not ready, they're not going to do it. Maybe if people start listening to this information enough, and then other people around them, people that they go out with, start changing, it's going to be easier. But I think people that are ready and are able to apply and receive the information, they do really well. But you do need to be ready and make the decision and find your why. And hopefully it's not sickness.
Hopefully it's not sickness.
Yes.
I love how, you prevent things, because that's so key and people don't understand this. And we talked about this a little earlier about how you're doing like group stuff, which I think that's genius, because when somebody that doesn't know about this or they think that they don't need this, they happen to join a group and then they hear the stories within the group, you're creating like a community of people. And then they're basically, okay, you know what? Maybe they have something that I need and I need to do this.
Exactly. So how it works is groups of between 15 to 20 people.
Okay.
In one chat. So I do chats, WhatsApp chats. Through there, I send them, all the information that they need, the manual with tips, information, the menus, the recipes. But aside from that, I'm there every day teaching them, coaching, reinforcing why they're doing this. So education, I found that's really, really valuable to help them make changes. It's basically that in the community, what you're saying, they're learning from each other, they're learning from me, and I'm learning from them. So we're communicating back and forth.
Yes.
Constantly. And that really keeps them motivated.
And accountable.
Accountability. That is,
yes.
In these, so we all need a coach for something. Like I always have a coach for something. Right now I have a business coach. I've had obviously sports coaches or gym coaches, even nutrition, because there's always something that we can get better doing. And our nutrition is something to start with.
Yes.
Like it's basic. It's self-care. Just your basic self-care.
I love that. Now, can you tell us about maybe one or two stories or somebody that you went through the whole process and how were they before, what did they did, and how they're now after going through your whole coaching stuff?
Oh my goodness, that's been so many. There's so many. I've been doing the group programs for 5 years.
Okay.
And I have people that have been doing group programs with me 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
So it's
I
not
love
that they
that.
do it only once, but they keep coming back because they keep learning new things from themselves, new things to cook, new things to taste.
So what you're building here, this is like basically long-term, because I agree with you. You need a coach, you need a mentor. Like, for my business, I have mentors, I have coaches, and I still, every day, I learn something new. Every day, there's always something new comes up. There's a new story, there's a new this, there's a new that. If you want to continue growing and succeeding and staying in your business, staying healthy, then you have to continue. It's not just a one-day thing, it's a long-term commitment.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's not doing one challenge and then forgetting about it. It's maybe doing another one, and then 3 months later, you do another one, you learn something different. Because also the topics switch around. So I bring speakers. So we do Zoom meetings as well. And I bring different speakers, doctors, therapists that teach us different things as well. So it's all part of a growth together and
Mindset.
yes, always learning something new that we can apply and make this lifestyle stay. It's here to stay. It's not a diet.
Yes, it's a lifestyle, like you said. It's definitely a lifestyle. Now, tell me a little more about this group challenges. It sounds interesting.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay, so the group challenges are basically nowadays the core of my business. And then I'm looking forward to having challenges all the time. Right now I have them like 1 month yes, 1 month no. So the idea is to grow enough, have enough people being able to join where I can have them every single month. So basically how it works is, like I said, I put you in a chat. You're going to be sharing with 15 to 20 other women, like-minded, or that are looking to get better, just like you. And then through there, I give them all the information that they need. They will receive in writing. And then every day will be just basically breakfast, lunch, dinner, I'll be in the chat with them. They're going to be sharing their food, asking questions, and I'm able to interact with them in real time. So I haven't wanted to open like a Facebook group or things of that nature that a lot of people do it like that, because I really want it to be, it can't be one-on-one, but it's almost one-on-one. Because they're directly interacting with me every single day.
You're very hands-on.
I'm very hands-on, and I've seen how grateful they are for it. They really appreciate, like, thank you for being there. Thank you for answering my questions. So it becomes very intimate. They become friends. So a lot of them have become like super good friends as we grow, which obviously I want to be able to reach a lot more women. I'm trying to look for a way where I don't lose this touch with them, because I think it's very important for them and for me.
Yeah, so
It's the feedback I get all the time.
it sounds to me like, it came from a bad experience. Then you basically pivoted. By being pivot is you took action and you went on yourself to find a cure, because nobody could give you the cure. You found something that worked for you really well, which was nutrition. Then you saw the change that it did for you. And then you say, you know what? I need to help other women.
Oh, yeah.
Because I went through the experience and I don't want people to go. So that's a great story. Like, I love the story. Obviously you're doing this as not just business, is part of it, obviously, but as passion.
Oh, yeah.
And when you have passion for something, you're going to help people and you're going to get the results and you're going to get that motivation to keep going. So I love the story.
It's absolutely my passion. So this is what, I found my mission, through this hardship and through other things that were happening in my life during that 10 years ago. I was able to find a passion. And I was also wanting to find my passion and my why.
And your why.
Yes. Why? Why do I wake up every morning? What, gets me to work with so much energy and enthusiasm and just wanting to learn and help people every day.
And now it's basically helping all these women. Is there an age group that you target, or just any age of woman, or is there any specific stuff?
So my age is 35 and older, women that mostly have already had kids.
Okay, good. My wife applies. She's 36.
Okay.
And she has 3 kids.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. So when you have kids, the women tend to forget about themselves and lose themselves in some way. So I found that going back to that self-care, okay, I'm going to lose the pounds that I have been able to lose. That's a starting point. But they start getting happy to live again. You're not a woman, so maybe you don't understand me completely. But
well, I have 4 at home.
Okay, but women get very invested in motherhood.
Oh, yes. No, they see it every day.
Overwhelming.
Yes. She's very focused on the kids, and it's
having children is overwhelming. It's beautiful, but it takes up so much of your energy that I think when the kids are maybe 2, 3, 4, you start coming back okay, what am I going to do now,
Everything you say is so true, because even though I'm not a woman, but I'm living through that, because now my kids are 6, 9, and 11. So
there you go.
Yeah. So hey guys, by the way, if you're enjoying this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Can't stop, won't stop. Now, Catalina, for the viewers, obviously you have helped thousands of people. You have a passion for this. You love what you're doing. Now, for the people that are watching you that maybe they meet your criteria, they're in that going through the stage, they're not taking care of themselves, they're maybe overweight, they have skin, they have headaches, they have low energy. What tips can you give them that they could basically apply today to change? Because like you said, changing the habits, for some people, it's going to be very complicated if you don't want to do it. But some people, they probably listen to it and you know what? I need to do that. It sounds like that's what I need. What tips can you give to them?
Wow, there's so many. Okay, but I'm going to try to be brief. So the first one that I usually find that people are not doing well is drinking water.
Oh, wow.
Hydration is huge, and it leads to so many health problems. Okay, starting headaches to bad digestion to low energy to feeling hungry all the time. Water.
How much water do you think they should be drinking a day?
Okay, so if you weigh 150 pounds, you should be drinking minimum 75 ounces of water, minimum. If you're exercising, if you're out, if you're very active, it's gonna be more than that.
Okay.
And no sodas don't count. Sodas are one of the things, and that would be the next tip. Please, no sodas, no sugary drinks, no packaged orange juice, no Gatorade. We should be drinking pure water or things made of pure water, like herbal teas. You can make cold drinks with fruits and with herbs and lemon, lime, things like that is what we should be drinking.
What about the ones that like to drink a little wines and stuff like that?
Wines. Well, I think that has to be in moderation. Lots of moderation.
Tell me more about moderation. What is that?
Moderation is 2 drinks a week.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
moderation. And that's another tip. If you're going to be drinking alcohol or eating starchy foods, you should not be having these on an empty stomach. So second tip is the order in which you eat your food. So for example, if you're going to be eating carbs, proteins, and fats, make sure first you eat your vegetables, which is a good kind of carbohydrate.
Okay.
Then you eat your proteins and your fats. And afterwards, you would eat your carbohydrate or your dessert or your drink.
So vegetables first. Wow.
Vegetables first with a little bit of olive oil, just prepared vegetables. But having vegetables first, it makes your blood sugar be so much lower post-meal than if you don't do that.
I love that. Give me a second. Wait, a question from the audience.
Okay.
Eating something with sugar at the beginning, it makes your glucose higher, right?
Yes.
So it's
That is, and I have had the blood glucose monitor because I like to experiment. So, there's something called CGM or continuous glucose monitor, which you can get in NutriSense and you can test.
Yes.
Everybody's different, but there's some rules that do apply to everybody. And it's a very good hack to eat your vegetables first, protein, fats, and very last, the other things. And don't eat sweets on an empty stomach. Don't drink on an empty stomach because your blood sugar is going to skyrocket.
Obviously, this applies to men too, right?
Of course.
All right.
To everybody. You want to maintain your blood sugars down for all kinds of reasons, including your capacity to burn fat
Wow.
and to maintain a healthy weight and to maintain energy and prevent inflammation. Because people nowadays are living a lot with their blood sugar on the upside and eating very constantly. So that's another tip. Don't be grazing all day. Don't be eating or snacking all day. You should be eating enough food in your 3 meals and maybe a snack.
Now you're pushing buttons here. Hold on. Time out. Now you're pushing my buttons.
Yeah, you're the gym fan that wants to eat every 3 hours, I'm sure.
Yes, I eat 6 meals a day. I eat small meals.
Your man, these things have been revalued so much. If you're going to functional medicine, that's completely debunked.
Wow. So I shouldn't be eating 6 meals a day. I should be eating 3 meals a day. And will I still stay fit and my body's going to still...
Okay, this is it. If you're trying to grow, to get bigger, I'm not sure. But if you're trying to be healthier in the medium long term, yes.
Got it. So 3 meals a day.
You can eat enough protein 3 meals a day.
Oh, no, absolutely, I can. After a while, you get used to eating the 5-6 meals a day. What I do, I eat small meals. But my meals are, I just had, right before our interview, I just had turkey slices and carrots because that's like a snack that I do. And then later I'll have my lunch. So 3 tips, very important. Tip number 1, drink a lot of water.
Enough water and clean water.
And clean water. And there's a science to this. Not just drink a lot of water. There's a science to this. And this is where you're going to have to guys speak to her about how much water to drink depending on your weight and stuff like that. Tip number 2, eat vegetables first, then your protein. Do not eat sugar on an empty stomach and do not have a drink on an empty stomach. Veggies first, guys. Veggies first.
Yes, and don't eat naked carbohydrates, meaning a slice of bread should never be alone. It should be with some protein and with some fat and with some vegetables. So try not to eat the carbohydrates alone.
Got it. Don't eat carbs alone. Tip number 3 is to eat 3 meals a day, right?
Try.
Right.
So fast for at least 12 hours. So the ballpark is having 12 to 14 hours of daily fasting. If you're going to do more than that, it's okay. For men, I know that men tolerate longer fasts better than women, especially during your different times of the month. So don't overdo it. With women, I would say don't overdo it because your body gets used to that. You don't want your body to get so used to it. And then, do the 12, 14-hour fasting and eat your 3 good meals per day. If you're constructing your meal around protein and vegetables or complex carbohydrates, especially vegetables and protein, then your add-ons will be your fats and your starches, depending on what you want to accomplish.
Exactly. Everybody has a different goal. I love those tips. Like I'm taking notes, trust me. Because, I'm getting to the age too that I'm like, okay, I'm not as I used to be. I'm already in my 40s and knees start to hurt. I have a little belly here. I'm like, hey, but I haven't changed. We know what's going on. I need to. Yeah. Now, moving forward, what other benefits have you experienced through your groups and the thousands of people that you help that they have gone through by taking your course?
So many. They just feel better. They feel so empowered. So my theme is empowering women through nutrition.
Love that.
So they just have more energy. They have more mental clarity. They start gaining muscle.
Wow.
With a lot more ease and obviously losing fat. So many things that clear up like skin issues, headaches, body aches, stomach problems. Just a lot of them are coming to me like anything I eat makes my stomach hurt, makes me have my stomach, like puffy. And then they start cleaning up their diet and that goes away.
I love that. I mean, obviously the return on investment, what I mean investment is, going through the coaching, going through the program, putting the time, eating right. That is the investment, but the return on investment is huge. People don't understand this. Like you said, so something happens to them, they're like, okay, now I need to make a change. But what you're saying to them is like, no, you need to wait till something happens to you. You need to make a change now to prevent from all these things happening to you. So I love your cause. I love your why. I love your mission. I love the group. It's very helpful. And I think you're going to be helping a lot more people.
Well, I hope so. That's what I want. That's exactly what I want to do.
Now, for the viewers that are watching you today, if they want to ask you more questions, I'm sure people are going to have a lot more questions. Or maybe they want to join one of your groups. How can they reach you?
Okay, so there's my Instagram, Salud y Balance. Instagram is always active. You can write me through the DM. My phone number, my WhatsApp number is also on Instagram. And I would love to invite them to download the free guide. There's a free 3-day guide where you can see how the plan is, like what kind of nutrition it is, the philosophy. I really encourage you to go and download that 3-day guide.
I love it. There you have it. Thank you for being here today. Thank you, Catalina, for being here. Great tips. We'll see you next time. Can't stop, won't stop. Let's go.